Yes, welcome back. Welcome to Task Farm Uganda. Margaret Baluka is my name, and this time round, Happy New Year. Happy New Year to all my farmers. This time, Task Farm, we have come with something new. We have been building for you greenhouses, solar dryers, and we have been giving services at large. But this time, we have come with something new. Ask me what. We have decided to bring for you materials, our fellow friends that want to come in and also do the same activities we have been doing, and those ones who have been building greenhouses and solar dryers like us. We have come with good news for you people. We have brought in a container of materials. All the materials we use in greenhouse, we have brought them at Task Farm. All the material we use in solar dryers, we have brought them in Task Farm. We have brought quality materials. So today, I want us to join Lawrence and we look at some of the materials that we have brought for you people. Let's come back. Okay, right where we are standing, I told you today we have brought for you quality materials all the way from all the countries you've been traveling to just to look for this material. Some of you have been going downtown. They even give you fake materials, but here I told you Task Farm, we have solved that problem. And I told you, those who have been following me, that briefly we are going to meet Lawrence. And Lawrence is the one who is going to take much of our time just to explain to you how can you tell a good Cavera for your solar dryer? How can you tell a good Cavera for your greenhouse? Right besides me is Lawrence. So, Lawrence, you're most welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you for keeping Task Farm.
We are doing our best.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm very glad you decided to bring in good materials.
Yes, because you see, farmers need to be treated, in a special care.
Okay.
You cannot just throw them out there and let them be eaten by wolves, and then we need them to give us food. So for that reason, we brought them quality materials, material that you can rely on, material that you can get your guarantee, material that when you use, your structure is going to stand for a long time.
Okay, most of the questions I've been getting on my YouTube and TikTok, plus other networks I use, is people go to Container Village and they end up getting fake materials.
Okay.
So my other suggestion was I'm going to talk to Lawrence and tell them to bring us material. Thank God this year you decided to bring us material.
You see, greenhouse materials, we have different colors to start with. And maybe the major thing is that there is a difference between the materials we use for greenhouses and solar dryers, what we call UV sun covers.
Yes.
So they are UV treated. They are treated to handle the sun and the weather out there.
Okay.
And then they are also treated to be able to take care of our crops. I hope you get it. It's like an umbrella, but now for the crops, to prevent them from the harsh weather outside, but while supporting them to grow. You get it?
There's a farmer who can't differentiate that.
Yes, that's what I'm coming to.
If you're looking at a greenhouse,
yes,
we have our vegetables in the greenhouse.
Inside, yes.
When we look at a solar dryer, we want to dry our
things. Yes, but again, how are you drying?
Yes.
You see, there are some commodities when you dry them in the direct sun. For example, let's say it's something white, it turns black or grayish. It's because of the light rays. For example, for us who have gone a little bit out there in the north and the like of the other places, the sun burns you and you become black, but the parts that are covered by the cloth remain your original color. The reason is because the sun is unfiltered.
Okay.
So for that reason, even when you're drying, you don't just dry, anyhow. So they need to dry under the right material. That's why we call them crop protection covers. It's like, how would I call it? It's like when it's raining,
yes,
and one person is using a sack to cover yourself, and another one is using an umbrella. Yes, somehow the sack, some water will run off, but most of the water will be on you. you know.
When the sack gets wet.
Yes, it starts getting, you equally get wet. But the other one with an umbrella just continue smiling. I mean, we are all living, yes, but one is wet and one is not. It's the same thing here. Then there is an issue of the durability. The normal caveras which we find around, the normal plastics we find around, which you find in downtown, we find in Container Village, in other places, we call them PVC. They are different and they are not meant for covering crops.
Okay.
They are not treated for that.
Okay.
You get it? And they have a short life. You cover your dryer or your greenhouse with those caveras, maximum I give you 6 months. And if it's a very hard gauge, maybe what we call 1,000 gauge, 1 year. And then it just comes down slowly, all of it.
Maybe that's why
it just pours down.
That's why many farmers have been complaining.
Yes, and they actually many have gone to their farms to replace those papers, and you just find them miserable. But well, tell them sorry, but this is the right item to use.
So the moment I entered inside here, I noticed that different colors.
Yes.
Of veras.
Yes.
There are different colors. So
these sun covers, we have about 4 colors mainly. We have what we call white. White may be something like this or something like this. It's white. I don't know whether I can be able to lift this one off. Okay. This is white. Okay. We call it white. Okay. Then we have yellow.
Okay.
We have another one which is greenish. We are going to bring it the next time. Then we have what we call clear. It may look whitish, but this is clear. We call it clear. We call it clear. It's not like it's 100% clear. It's translucent. You can see an image of someone if he's walking inside, but you cannot really. It's not so clear. I mean, it's just the intensity of the color that changes. Now, these covers, those different covers, are originally made to handle different crops, especially for people who deal with the flowers. The flowers of different color prefer different shading, the kind of shade that you use. If you've ever seen what we call glow lights, or the lights that we use for crops, when the crops are young, we use different color. When they start to grow, we change the color from purple to a different color. Then when they are mature, we use a different coloring. Those are different wavelengths that we prefer for that particular crops at that particular age.
Okay.
Now, these colors of the UVs, those people who are very keen on the color of my flower, you know, especially the guys who are doing roses and such, those are the ones who go specific colors. However, at the same time, those different UVs have something we call the amount of thermicity or the heat they can retain or they can allow to be
depending on
within.
the color or
even the color itself can also have that, and also the type of the material.
The type of the material.
So now, depending on the purpose, that's where now they come differing. Now, for example, we do install a lot of solar dryers.
Yeah.
Solar dryers for drying coffee, solar dryers for drying cereals, solar dryer for drying fruits, for drying chicken droppings and animal waste. Of recent, we dried bread crumbs. I didn't know bread can be dried, but we dried them.
So which ones are those?
Now, those are different materials that you can dry. However, now depending on the item you are drying, you need to know what level of heat do I need.
Okay.
You get it? Because you see, drying uses 3 principles. It uses heat. There must be enough heat. There must be enough airflow. And then there must be moisture must be able to move. Those 3 principles must be respected. Okay? Now, you'll find that this cavera we are calling clear retains higher heat than this yellow.
Okay.
And for example, for us who are here in central Uganda, you realize that we don't want too much heat in our crops, in our greenhouses. But in our dryers, I want at least a minimum of 70 degrees. I mean, a maximum of 70 degrees, because after 70 degrees, you now go to cooking. That's a different area altogether. So we use this clear cavera for our solar dryers simply because we want to maximize the heat, especially when we are drying things like chicken droppings, which really don't mind too much, whether it is dried too much or, you just want it dry.
You want it dry.
But when you are going cassava, for example, and it is for a specific person, you need to know what, the standards of the person receiving the other side. Especially if you're going to export to Europe, you need to know. And when you know, now we follow that to determine what to use.
Yes. Okay.
So it is so important for one to know what he's doing. So it's not just a matter of wake up, go buy Kavera and go and put. Yes, there is some little science behind it, which helps you to achieve that which you want.
Okay, briefly, let's give Lawrence at least some minutes to take a glass of water. We shall be right back. Yes, we have the white one, we have the yellow one, and the clear one.
Yes.
So I want Lawrence to take us through so that if you come to visit us or if you give us a call, you're specific, you know what you want. And don't forget, if you're in this business of building greenhouse and solar dryers, please don't forget to call us. Come, we shall give you quality material. Lawrence, please take us through the
Now, maybe we should tell them where we are first.
Okay.
Task Farm, we are in Kabusu, next to Kabusu roundabout. I'm very sure they are seeing our signpost by the road. Very convenient. As you are going towards, if you're coming from town and you're going towards the roundabout, it's on your left.
And
if you're coming from
very big parking.
Parking, you come. Even if they have a limousine, they can still have where to park it.
Limousines are still there.
They are still there, my friend. Nowadays they have these big ones, the 4-wheel ones. Okay. Now, if you're coming from the roundabout, we are on your right. You'll be able to see a big signpost, Task Farm.
Okay.
That is where we are now. We do have all these materials in our stores. Okay. See, we are not going to tell you that, we are going to go and bring it from, I don't know where, who has what. It's here. If whatever size you want, it's here. If we don't have it, we tell you we don't have it.
We sell to you what you're seeing.
Yes. Real thing. No, not these stories concocted. You are calling who? No.
You
direct.
When you're from downtown,
yes,
someone will tell you, which should you want? Which size? Okay, madam, let me come back.
Yes. No. Here there is nothing like coming back. The gate is there. We don't get outside the gate.
Okay.
Now, we have different materials. Maybe we start with the white ones.
Okay.
And as I explained earlier, these materials are used for crop protection. Okay? Now, I have a white Kavera here. These Kaveras have different uses, like I explained before. And the white one can work even here in Kampala for greenhouses comfortably well. Yes, it's hot, but this doesn't make the greenhouse any hotter than needed. Okay. Now, we have different sizes, different depending on the size of the greenhouse that you want. We have different dimensions of those UV materials, starting the smallest size we bring in width is 3 meters.
Okay.
That's the smallest width that we bring. Then the length will depend on what you want as the farmer or as the person building these structures. It can be, the smallest roll we bring of 3 meters is 16 meters.
Okay.
So it's 3 meters width and 16 meters long. Okay, that's the smallest roll that we bring.
Okay.
So depending on what you are building, we got you covered.
Okay.
That is, we were looking at the white one, the white colored. Remember, we have different colors. The white colored, we have all those different sizes.
Okay.
So
from 16 to
3 is the smallest width that we bring. The next is 6. Okay. After that we have 7.
Okay.
Then we have 11 and 12.
So where did they get the 16?
No, the 16 is the length. Where we said that the smallest roll that we bring is 16 meters. Okay. Why? Because normally, if you've been keen with the greenhouses, the smallest standard greenhouse that farmers are advised to build is 15 meters in length. Okay? Yeah, so to cover that house, you need 16 meters of Kavera.
So they just leave 1 meter for...
It's allowance for you to hold and pull and that kind of thing. So that's why we bring that as the smallest size. Okay. But that doesn't mean that someone who is doing something shorter than that won't get we can still cut it for them.
Oh, okay.
Yes. So we only bring that because that's the standard. And again, when you're importing, you cannot again bring every little size, You have to sort of have a standard so that when they're cutting them from the machines, they cut at, at the given length that you need, that your people take.
Okay.
Yes. So that is one color.
The white one.
The white one.
Mm-hmm.
Then we have the yellow one.
Okay.
Yes. Now, these are the colors of the materials. It has nothing political in it. Now, the yellow ones is what normally many people presume is for greenhouse, but they are actually all for greenhouses. Now, the yellow ones, and maybe to clear on it, all these UVs you see here, they have the same thickness, the thickness of the UV. We brought 200 microns. Not those people who are bringing for you 180 and 150 and tell you it's 200 just because you don't have a caliper to measure. But these are 200 microns, okay? But if someone wants higher microns than that, can place a special order and we bring for them because they are there. The only difference is the pricing.
What will be the effect if you bring in microns that are not really the ones we require?
The Cavera doesn't last the time that it should.
Okay.
Because now here, these covers, we give them 3 to 4 years. If they're in a dryer, 3 years. If they're in a greenhouse, maximum 5 years.
5 years.
Yes, if they're in a greenhouse. But if we bring higher microns, there are microns that go to 8, there are others that go to 10 years. So it depends now on what one wants.
So if I come to Task Farm and I want the ones that have high microns, you can still order?
Yeah.
Okay.
We make special order and we bring for you. Yes. Why we don't bring them is because the market doesn't consume them. We had them, but then we took them to the farm. You remember.
Before, there's a question. I wanted it to come in front, but I almost forget. Are these Vuveras, our UV covers, same price?
Yes, the price is the same because we sell per square meter.
Okay.
A square meter is 1 meter width, 1 meter length. So irrespective of the dimension, the unit cost is the same. Okay. Yes. However, the sizes, I must insist, the sizes are different.
When you talk of sizes, what do you mean?
For example, we talked of 3 meters in width. Okay? All right? Yes. You understand that one. You look here, you have 6 by 16 meters.
Yes.
You get it?
1 of 12.
That is 12 by 16 meters. Here I have 12 by 31. Here I have 3 by 31. There are different sizes. Here is 7 by 21. Then when you check under it, you find a 7 by 31. So there are different sizes for different, someone maybe his greenhouse is small or is bigger. So we bring different sizes. Yeah.
Okay. I get your point. Now we're still on the yellow one.
Yes. And the yellow one, we said, this is what many people know. This is what many people know. It's used for greenhouse construction.
Okay.
We have them, different sizes as well. And different length. Okay. The minimum length we have is 16 meters. And the rest now is according to you and what you need. Yes. We just measure for you what you want, and we cut for you that part.
Okay.
And that's what you pay for. Then we have
the clear bag,
what we are calling the clear. And this is what we have been using for our solar dryers. We also have them in different sizes. For example, what you're just seeing there is now 7 by 16 meters. Not that is the only size that is there. No. We have 3, we have 6, we have 7, we have 11, and we have 12.
Okay.
Yes. So the clear ones are also here in plenty. Different sizes as per your structure that you are covering. Yeah. However, this one in Kampala here, we would advise you to use it only for the dryer because this one has a very high thermicity. In other words, it can be able to retain too much heat inside. And as such, it serves very well for dryers. However, if you're building your greenhouse in Kapsholo or Kabale, that one will again work perfectly for you.
So this one works well in cooler areas?
For greenhouses.
Okay.
And if you are here in Kampala and you make a mistake and make a short greenhouse, then it will be very hot because it retains a lot of heat inside. Yes, that is this clear color. And that's why we use it a lot to make the solar dryers.
Solar dryers.
Yes.
Because of its...
Because of that heat that you can be able to retain inside.
Okay.
So that is the clear color. We use it for solar dryers. However, originally it is meant for crop protection. So if, let's say, you are drying maybe fruits or cereals and you don't want them to change color. You've seen people who dry maize and then it turns out yellow. You've seen that kind of maize, even mushrooms. But now when you use these, you don't get that. If it's white, it remains white.
Because mushrooms from the supermarkets are clear. When you go to other markets outside,
you find the black and yellowish and
no,
grey.
not even market. When I try to pick mine, you know that those mushrooms that grow from anthills,
Yes.
they develop maggots even before they
Oh
dry.
dear. It's the issue of the drying.
Okay.
But this is the Kavera we advise you to use for drying. So we have it in plenty.
Okay.
You come, if you want maybe different microns, you just place a special order and we bring them for you.
Okay, before we forget, please first give them your contact. Yes.
At Task Farm, you can call us in the following numbers. Airtel 0703 490
Yes.
927. That's the Airtel one.
Until
MTN, the office line, 0788 500 968. When you call those ones, just speak the word language,
we have
dialect. That's the office line, the Airtel one. The 0703 490 927. That one works between 8 and 6 p.m. After that, we will not be able to receive it because it's a landline. Then the rest, you can be able to either WhatsApp, you can be able to respond to it. When you call, kindly, if you need the UV, please just say UV. You shall get it for you. If you don't know the size of the UV that you need, kindly give us the size of the structure that you intend to do or you have already built. Once you give us the size of the structure, we can be able to compute for you the UV that you need. Whether it's a greenhouse or a solar dryer, we can be able to compute for you the materials that you need, and then you'll be able to even know the amount of money that you need, and you can be able to buy it.
Do we do deliveries?
Yes. For example, there are people who are up country and you don't have, time to come to Kampala.
Okay.
Just give us the size that you need. You send the money through our bank accounts, which we shall share with you. Once you have received the money, we put it in the bus and it comes straight to you. We do that all the time. If you're within Kampala, we have a border man who can be able to deliver it to you.
Okay, Task Farm, we are on TikTok, YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, all the networks we are there. But here where we are standing, we're looking at mostly the quality materials we use in greenhouse, solar dryers, and the rest. Now, I want us to look at mulching paper.
Oh.
We want to look at mulching paper for our friends who are in crops and you're having issues. You put your mulching materials, okay, you put the grass, the hassock swat, and then later you're being disturbed by pests, insects, and the rest of that. Maybe even you're a person dealing in berries. Uh-huh. You find that your lower ones are getting rotten because of what you used to mulch. Here at Task Farm, we have solved that problem, and I'm allowing Lawrence just to go briefly in a break. We come back with a mulching paper. Okay, thank you so much for keeping it at Task Farm. As we went in for a break, I told you I want us to come back with the mulching paper. This which I'm holding in my hand is under a mulching paper. Uh-huh. So, Lawrence, please take us through the use of this paper.
Okay. As you can see on the video behind there, we use it for mulching crops. You see, traditionally we use weeds and grass and what we call the bisubi in Uganda to cover our garden, especially to those who are farming tomatoes and strawberries and even those who are farming normal crops, simply to help, cover the ground, especially during the dry season. You don't want to lose too much water, evaporation and the like. Then you also don't want what we call splash back. Splash back is when the rain is raining and then water pours and splashes to the plant. It brings a lot of diseases and the like.